Hello, motherfuckers.
Hello. This isn't
We're not
Pokemon.
monetized. We're not monetized, are we, Ben?
Not if I can help it.
Oh, good. Right, what motherfucking game are we playing today?
Well, this is Heroes 3 of Might and Magic. This is a game I...
Christ.
Yes, I played this a lot when I was a kid.
I'll tell you what, just stay on this menu screen a sec. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Okay. It's not a squid, it's a haspid, I think you'll find, sir.
It doesn't have to be a fucking squid.
Well, look, this is so...
Sometimes it's aliens.
This,
Sometimes it's Davy fucking Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. Sometimes it's giant snakes with their weird tails that go in places they shouldn't.
this is something I played from primary school. My friend at the time introduced me to it. And this
That's what I
is...
suppose. I suppose making sex jokes about it isn't the best thing in the world, then.
No, this means an awful lot to me, you seedy
Okay.
bastard. But yes...
Don't you just want to fuck that snake, then?
I
Fuck it in its big mouth.
Okay. Yes, this is the complete edition. It's got the two official expansion packs, Shadow of Death and Armageddon's Blade, question mark. But
Very
it's
primary
also...
school appropriate.
Yes, it's also the HD mod, and as you can see, it's Horn of the Abyss, which is a fan-made expansion pack. So this is about as jam-packed as it can get, and I think Horn of the Abyss is great.
Just leave it on there again, sorry. Just very, very quickly. Did you know that Horn of the Abyss is an anagram of the horny bass?
That was quick.
It would have been even quicker, but
thanks for ruining it. Right, so yeah. Now, a bit annoying. There's no times attached to this, so I don't know how long shit is going to last for. So I've been testing it recently, and I reckon we can do 2 small scenarios today. Ooh. So the one I've chosen, it's the easiest one I know, your key to victory. And you may recall, Jordan, I asked you, I took the opportunity to forewarn you that you were going to have to make a decision. Still recording.
Yes, you did. You
no
never
decision.
Stopped recording. Why would you stop recording? Why do you check?
Just in case.
It tells you. For one time it stopped working. It told you.
I checked just in case.
And you ignored it.
Just in case. Right. So you're going to choose my faction, and there are 10 to choose from. So I'll go through them.
Actually, I'll have you know there's 11 to choose from, and I choose random.
No, you can't.
Why can't I?
Because I said so.
If it doesn't matter what I pick, and I can pick anyone I want, you might as well press the random.
Well, just fucking humour me, Jesus Christ.
Okay, that one where it's got the dice picture, that looks.
Can I fucking go through this thing that I actually
50.
quite like and would like to explain to my friend who is being a dick?
Fine.
Thank you. So this is Castle. It's got like swordsmen and stuff, and it's got angels. This is Rampart. It's got centaurs and wood elves and shit like that. It's got dragons. This is Tower. It's like alchemy stuff. So you get titans eventually, mages and stuff. This is Inferno, which is hell based. Necropolis is exactly what it says on the tin. You get ghost dragons eventually. This is Dungeon, which is like a Greek mythology thing. So you get minotaurs and harpies and stuff like that. Stronghold is orcs and goblins. Fortress is swamp stuff. Conflux is elementals, and Cove is pirates. This was added in Hota.
Which one would you say is the one that looks most like Notre Dame?
Have you already picked one out?
There's one in particular that I think looks most like Notre Dame.
Well, I know which one looks like Notre Dame. It's the Inferno.
Oh, okay. I was going to go with the one next to it.
This one?
No,
this one?
That's one I thought looked more like Notre Dame.
Well, do you want me to go for Necropolis then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? If you're not going to go with the dice.
No, I'm not. Thank you very much. That means a lot.
Hang on a minute.
What?
Why haven't you made me pick something here?
Because I don't want you to.
Oh, you worried I'm going to ruin it?
This is actually important. These are our heroes.
So if that's the bit that's important, why wouldn't you let me pick the dice?
Well, because I wanted you to actually make a decision.
I did make a decision.
You are cutting into my time, sir.
Get on with it, then.
So you've got heroes, and they've all got specialties which affect things. Yeah.
Oh, you let them be random?
No, I didn't.
The opposition. You didn't pick.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't care less. I can beat anything in this because it's easy. yeah, the gist is two kingdoms. There's border guards. Only we have access to the tents that can get rid of them. So it's all at our leisure. This is our town. We build shit. This is for creatures. This is for like fixed stuff. So you got your spells. You got your marketplace for trading. This is for money. This is for creatures and siege defenses. And then there's some extra stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna start building up, and yeah.
Cool.
So I know you don't have many topics this week.
No, and I think we should avoid, if possible, any sort of jokes about Kevin Spacey getting off.
Okay, I wasn't going to make any. He is
We
on
weren't
my
going to make
list.
any jokes. No jokes at all about him getting off.
No, of course not. It's
Good,
just
because
horrible
I
to
found
see.
it sounded like he'd been acquitted of it. So
Well, he was. Oh right, okay, you're making a joke
there,
about him getting off.
there we go.
Um, yeah.
You're
So,
hard work tonight, I tell you.
well, I think you're far more relaxed than you usually are.
Well, it helps that I've had the week off.
But yeah, I think we should start. Well, I actually found another connections game.
Ooh.
So I think I'm gonna do one in my time. And oh, this is we can find the Holy Grail in this. I actually know where it is in this level, so I'm gonna get it early. But these things will disappear and show us the map.
Okay.
Yes, the big news, I guess, this week. Well, towards the start of the week, really, was the by-election.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Labour were said people were getting ready for a Labour sweep. Didn't happen. Thank God. The Tories held theirs, or
Barely,
one
but yeah.
of them, which has been chalked up to the what is it, US?
ULEZ.
Yeah,
Ultra low emission zone.
which is, of course, just going to push Labour further to the right on this, as if they're not dropping every fucking principle they ever had. Like fucking shedding weight before you go into the water on a sinking ship. So that's probably gonna go. Yeah, I mean your lot won theirs, didn't they?
Yeah, the one they really wanted to go for. And the swing was bigger than the Labour swing.
Hmm.
So,
I
and
do,
no one's talking about the swing, which is
no,
ridiculous. I don't fucking get it. Everyone's talking about the Labour one, but no one's talking about our one, which is considerably greater.
well, I think it just goes to show that Labour are losing progressive voices and votes.
Wow.
So yeah, election next year. That'll be fun. We'll have to talk about that when the time comes.
Oof, don't. It's all depressing.
I know, isn't it? Just
The whole political scene at the moment,
mm.
and for a while, to be fair, has been depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yes, I am depressed by politics. At the minute, I shall be voting Green.
You see around here, nothing's going to get in apart from a Tory.
Well, you say that. I wouldn't bet on it.
I mean, an independent might, but I doubt they'd have the proper funding.
It'd have to be the right independent. I can't bloody stand that MP.
You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
He's not your MP, is he?
No, he's not.
Yeah, well,
We have a different Tory.
Don't we all have a Tory somewhere? I tell you, who's not a Tory?
Me.
Well, yeah, okay, fair point. You know who else?
I don't know who.
Me. I'm not a Tory either.
Good.
Who else? Quite a few. But there's one in particular I want. I'm
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, but I think that's probably because he's not British.
Well, if you're going to start adding fucking caveats to it.
I was thinking of Nigel Farage. He probably is basically like ultra Tory, really, when you think about it. But
the banking thing.
This is the banking thing, and I think this is the most ridiculous piece of bullshit that's happened.
How many people
have
resigned?
Some time. Well, as far as I'm aware, two, but I
He's,
haven't been following it that much.
he's the only person who can make me sympathise with bank executives.
Which is no small achievement. Let's be honest.
Uh,
But I don't really grasp why people are resigning over this. I like at the end of the day, all that's really happened is that some people in a position of authority have acknowledged that actually he's probably a racist bigot, right? That's
yeah,
that's the crux of it, and he seems to have been fine with that, like not fine with the consequence of that, but fine with acknowledging that that's what they think, and
mm,
not really challenging it either. Not challenging what they think, just saying that they shouldn't be allowed to close his bank because of it.
well, it's a slippery slope, really, isn't it? In fairness, if one arsehole can lose his bank account because of his views, what's to stop the rest of us?
Well, I mean,
It sets a
you have to.
precedent.
I'm not so sure it. I mean, when you consider that the report about it supposedly says that it wasn't specifically that led to it, but rather that and his financial situation,
Mm,
then really you can't assume that that's the reason that he lost it.
yeah.
Like you have to be like, well, it may have been a contributing factor, but if there's another perfectly reasonable reason why they didn't do it,
Well,
while they got rid of the account, then so fucking what?
hmm.
They wanted to get rid of it because of the the political views that he has, but they didn't until the financial
Oh, well, then there's
reasoning
no
gave them
issue at
reason.
all, is there?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
They
You
expressed
know,
discomfort with his political views, but in no way did it really inform their decision.
that's how it comes across to me. And now all of a sudden, the leader, the woman in charge of NatWest, and the person in charge of Coots have have resigned. And it's like, oh, hang on a
Well,
minute.
I mean, you know what it is, don't you? It's just pandering to right-wing voices who feel like they're being cancelled. It's a good way for the Tories, well, for everybody to try and capture that vote by saying
Yeah,
it's
the problem is these people need to be cancelled.
yes,
Like, I'm not a fan of the whole cancel culture thing because a lot of the time it targets people that not I wouldn't say most of the time, but I think a lot of the time it acts too quickly.
well, I don't think it exists really in the sense of
No,
that most
maybe
people
not in the
believe.
sense they think, but
No,
there is an element of it that tries to exist at least. People try to cancel things and doesn't tend to work out. But I do believe that the people who try to cancel things act too swiftly. They don't necessarily get the facts before they act.
eh.
And that is problematic. You know, get your details, then make a decision based on it. That's a fucking sensible thing to do.
Just
Sadly, people don't be sensible these days.
full disclosure on this, I'm not very good at this game. There are people who play this on like impossible 1v7 on a small map. They're really good, and you can find their videos elsewhere on the internet. My attitude to this is the opposite of my attitude to Pokemon, where I have a full team of 6 and I level them up carefully. I will have one hero, I will pour everything into them, and I will just sort of roll around and try and brute force my way through things.
Yeah, that's how I play games a lot of the time.
Hmm.
You're making me want to play Command and Conquer. I've got one of them installed. I could just play it.
I know the Grail is around at this little bit, so I don't know for sure where it is because it slightly changes each time you play through on this campaign, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So we're just going to keep digging. I'm running pretty low on money. I can't afford all my stuff. Oh, incidentally, the music in this game is amazing. Oh,
I can't
fuck, I
hear
used
it.
the wrong hero. Oh, well.
Did you? Oh, you're gonna die.
This isn't the one with my full army. That's not fucking any good. Oh, and they're slow as hell, too.
Oh, it's gonna take a long time.
No, it's not.
No, because you'll be dead in a minute. But is that
Let's,
one skeleton?
yes. Let's see how Keith does. Dead Keith. He's hung himself. Okay.
Keith's dead.
Well, hey ho, we've got another.
Another
Revenge for
Keith.
Keith.
You didn't even have to do that one properly.
No, I've got it on auto combat, so unless I choose, the computer will do it for me. That's a HD mod edition, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the music in this game is amazing.
Yeah, like I said, I can't hear it, but
Yeah, it's by Paul Anthony Romero, I think. He really put his all into this, and it bloody shows because it's great. Right, I'm gonna ride home, and then we'll build up a little bit more, and then we'll head underground. I think.
underground.
Yes. Would you like me to do my first connections round?
Up to you.
Well, I may as well. No, I've got two, so I might as well.
Go on then.
So, your first one. Former President William H. Taft, former
Okay.
President Gerald Ford, and former
Yep.
First Lady Rosalind Carter. And this, I should
Oh,
stress, is not anything to do with American politics or any
they're all fat.
politics. No. Is
They're all incredibly fat.
that all you know about Taft?
I know he's fat. That's it. Did he get stuck in a bath at some point? Or was that something
Yeah,
else?
allegedly. I don't know whether that's true. That's probably a myth.
Well, I mean, we all heard about it. It must be true. At this point, he's not going to deny it, is he?
Hmm.
You know. Did they all die on the same day?
No,
Did they all die of the same issue?
no. Rosalind Carter is not dead.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Go on then. Next.
Angela Lansbury.
Yep.
And Aston Kutcher.
Well, they're certainly not dead.
No. Well, she is.
Well, yeah, but they, as a group, are not certainly
Okay.
dead. Have they all inspired the name of a butterfly?
No. You get
Okay.
very creative with your guesses, but alas.
Well, I'm trying to keep it fun.
Yes, fair enough. Debbie Harry.
Oh, of Blondie.
Yes, and Kelsey Grammer.
They have all been lampooned by the Simpsons in the
No.
same episode.
Oh, that's a good guess, but no, I'm afraid not.
Family Guy has been told off for imitating them.
No.
Okay, next.
Travis Holman, who you will not know, he's a star of the Real Housewives, one of those shows, and Sean Penn.
Ah, okay. Wasn't he married to Madonna at some point?
He was.
Yeah. Next. Because they weren't all married to Madonna, were they? So.
Apart from Angela Lansbury for a very brief, confusing period, but yeah. I'm not going to auto combat this. Dennis Williams, who's in the Beach Boys.
Okay.
And Rupert Everett.
They have all famously cross-dressed at some point.
No.
Okay. Next.
Right, I've only got two left.
Okay.
Peter Lorre and Danny Trejo. Or Trejo.
It's Trejo.
Trejo.
I know Danny Trejo likes playing bad guys in movies.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly, he doesn't like them being successful.
Follow that train of thought. Oh, no, not Danny Trejo, sorry. That's the other one. Woody Harrelson, not Danny Trejo, sorry.
So what you're telling me is that you've got two different connections round, and you've given me someone from the wrong connections list.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many of the people you've already told me are on the correct list?
They're all on the correct one. They're all on the correct one, apart from Danny Trejo, who's on the other one.
Okay. Woody Harrelson's dad was murdered, I believe.
No.
Was it not his dad that got murdered?
His dad wasn't murdered.
Oh no, his dad was a private contract killer.
Follow that train of thought to some degree.
Were they all connected in some way to contract killers?
Close enough. I'll give it to you.
Hooray!
They were all connected to famous criminals in some way.
Oh, okay.
So Woody Harrelson's dad, as you rightly pointed out, was a hitman.
Mm.
Angela Lansbury. I don't know whether you've heard this story, but her daughter was rather enamoured with Charles Manson, and she
Okay.
lived in LA. And Angela Lansbury, quite rightly, was rather perturbed by this and moved her entire family to Ireland to get away from him, to get her
Decent.
daughter out of there. So that's her little connection. Aston Kutcher, I think his girlfriend was murdered by the Hollywood Ripper, and he testified in the trial.
As you do.
Yep. Debbie Harry.
She was stalked, wasn't she?
She took her. She may well have been. A lot of them are, but she got a ride from Ted Bundy when she was younger, and lived to tell the tale. Kelsey Grammer's sister was murdered by a spree killer called Freddie Glenn. Travis Holman was babysat by the I-5 killer.
Okay.
Sean Penn was incarcerated with Richard Ramirez, who was the Night Stalker. And I think they may have shared a cell, and Richard Ramirez was quite enamoured with Sean Penn, I think.
I didn't know he'd spent any time in prison.
It may have been after he beat the shit out of Madonna, I don't know.
Well, I didn't know he did that either.
Yeah, he did, he's not a nice man. Dennis Williams from the Beach Boys is another Manson connection. Charles Manson was big into music, he wrote a lot of his own songs. And Dennis Williams said that he wanted to use one of Manson's songs, and Manson was very excited until he found out that the Beach Boys basically they took the tune and ignored the lyrics, and he felt ripped off by the music industry.
Do you know what the song was?
I don't.
Oh, well, you see, that would be a genuinely interesting fact.
It was the Manson song was "Look at Your Game, Go Get Your Game Girl" or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, but the Beach Boys one is the one that we know.
Okay, I guess okay. I'll look it up.
Like that's the important one.
Okay.
Number two. Bob Spender's that.
Well, hang on,
Hey,
I'm not
everybody.
finished. Rupert Everett, he drank in the pub Dennis Nielsen used to pick up victims in London.
Dennis Nielsen was the one that David Tennant played recently.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
He did a really good job of being boring. Have I not been to the tent? I guess not. Huh, that's surprising. I mean, it's right there. Where was I? Rosalind Carter. Now, she had a photo in the 70s with John Wayne Gacy.
Oh.
John Wayne Gacy was big in the JCs, which is like a Democratic Party thing.
Mm.
I don't know why I'm going this way. I can just see the right through here. Peter Lorre, his daughter was almost abducted by the Hillside Stranglers in Hollywood. Right. They pretended to be police officers and tried to pick her up. But the Angelo Bono, who was sort of the leader of the pair, he was smart enough to realise that if Peter Lorre's daughter turned up raped and murdered and naked on a hillside, there would be some serious heat come down on them. So they left that.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, so she had a close escape there. Oh, look at that! It's two necropolises. Huh.
What are the chances?
President Taft, the serial killer Carl Pazram. After Taft was president, Pazram broke into his house and robbed him. He wasn't there at the time, Taft. He took his gun and he used it to murder 10 men.
Right. 1 in 10 other chances, by the way.
And Gerald Ford, another former president, and another Manson connection. He rejoices in the fame of being the only president to have female assassins, or attempted assassins, one of whom was Lynette Squeaky Frome, who was a Manson follower.
Ah, yes, Squeaky.
Yes, and tried to kill, and was told by Manson to kill him just to keep the story, the family in the headlines. So yes.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to fight them. I can't. You know what? I'll put it in the fucking comments. I don't care
Don't care what.
what this song is. I can't remember.
I care.
Well, look it up.
You never look up anything for me.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. This is you had
Uh,
the information available to you, and you decided not
I
to.
only had
Uh,
so much room on the paper. I had to choose. I had to pick my battles.
and you picked the least interesting part of it.
No, I didn't. I wish you'd stop ripping into the shit I enjoy.
No, 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 no. Why of all the bits would you decide to keep the name of the song that Manson had written and not the song that the Beach Boys made, which is actually made as a song?
I didn't keep the name of the song. I vaguely remember the name of the song because I know Manson's songs better than I know the fucking Beach Boys songs.
Well, it says something about you, doesn't it?
Mm.
Right, let's find the fucking thing myself. Okay, so their song is "Never Learn Not to Drive."
Hmm.
Sorry, never learn not to love. Sorry, um, and it's an altered version of "Cease to Exist,"
That's it.
which is why
Yes, Cease to Exist is good.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, I liked it well enough. It's yeah. Maybe it's down here. Probably down here. Right, come on, let's bring this shit over and we'll. Vitamina can meet us in the middle. So yeah, this is one of my favourite games. I play it all the time, really. It's very big in Eastern Europe, apparently. It's widely
Yeah, their
regarded.
computers are great, are they?
It's widely regarded to be the best Heroes of Might and Magic game.
Isn't
Um,
there isn't there a point where they start being first person?
I think I don't know. I think that's a different game series. I'm not entirely sure.
No.
But yeah.
No, it was one that sort of passed me by for the most part.
Hmm.
I'd heard of it. I didn't
Well, we
really
did
think it.
try and play it that one time. Do you remember?
Yeah, it didn't work.
No, it didn't. Oh well.
I find that things that don't work tend to lose my interest.
Well, that's okay. It's got mine.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, I stopped being interested in it back then, back when we couldn't play it
Yeah.
because we couldn't play it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Fair
I'm not
enough.
saying I'm not interested in it now.
Mm. Hmm.
Stab those fuckers.
Take my Ghost Dragons. I like Ghost Dragons, but they're pretty weak.
Why did he want them then?
Because I like them. They're cool. Oh, both of these are useless.
Yes, but better than nothing.
No, not better than nothing. If I had nothing, I'd have a chance to get something better.
No, you wouldn't, because
Yeah.
if it's an option between two upgrades or no upgrades,
So yeah, the by-election was one story this week.
the bank thing was another.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the other big thing that happened in yesterday?
Yeah, sure. I think that's on my list.
Go on then.
Sinead O'Connor, very sadly, passed away at 56.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was very sad. I didn't know an awful lot about her. I knew she ripped up the picture of the Pope, which was great on Saturday Night Live, and every fucker ripped into her for it, even though she was absolutely right. Lots of fawning celebrity tributes from people who couldn't give a fig when she was alive.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't know too much about her, but she sounds fucking great.
I know she did that Prince song. That's about as much as I knew.
Yeah.
Really, to be honest with you. Yeah, she has ceased to be.
Okay, I think it's up there. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of brought home the fact that I don't really know a lot about these people until they die. All these great people who I end up having a tremendous amount of respect for.
I mean, there's so many of them, but
Hmm.
you're never going to know about all of them.
No, you're not.
Right. So in some ways, it's probably better to wait until they do, because at least then they can't fuck it up.
Yeah, it's only after the fact you really know about them. It's a little sad. I'm gonna wait a day. God, there's so bloody many of them.
How is the Holy Grail search going?
I'll show you in a minute.
Doesn't look like it's going that well.
Well, it ain't.
Oh, I didn't think so.
You see all these holes?
Yeah, that's what I gathered.
I know it's about.
Well, you hope that they've not already nabbed it somehow.
No, they can't. It's definitely my bit. What does that look like to you? That looks like up here.
I mean, I need you to sort of leave it on a little bit longer.
Mm. Oh shit. That was sad, but it wasn't the only celebrity death, of course.
No, there was a few, weren't there?
George Alagaya,
Mm.
he was a newsreader in this country, whom I thought, pretty highly of. Like a lot of BBC news readers, he was a very safe pair of hands.
Yeah, quite a few BBC newsreaders have ended up in the news lately.
Hmm. Like who?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so close. There's one more thing here, if I can get it. It's down here. Yeah, poor George Alagaya. Apparently, when he had cancer and he wanted to appear on BBC screens one last time just to say thank you to all the viewers and to the BBC. There. But he never got the chance, unfortunately, which is sad.
Life is a cruel, cruel mistress.
Mm. Yay. So, the perk of the Grail is that if you bring it back to your town, every faction has a different special building that they'll put up in honor of you for bringing them the Holy Grail. And each of these buildings have perks.
Well, like coffee.
What?
Like coffee.
Okay.
Coffee perks.
Right. Anyway, so we'll build it here. This is what we get. We get the Soul Prison. So we get a 50% boost to creature generation, 5,000 gold a day, and it boosts our necromancy skill by 20%. Basically, whenever we kill something, 20% of it, of the stack, the number of things we kill, come back as a ghost or a skeleton. You know what? I'm going to use her. She's got 5 angels. That's enough to basically brute force anything, really, isn't it?
I don't know. I'll take your word for it. Did you hear about the alien talks that are going on over in America?
Yes, I did. It seems it's a bipartisan issue.
Yeah, it's that time they agreed on something.
Everybody's interested.
One particular comment really drew my attention, and I don't know if she caught it, but it was for the biological.
Yes, I did see that. We found
Let me see if I
biologics.
can. Yeah, and they got asked if it was human or non-human biologics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. And the response is non-human, but that's such a vague answer.
Yeah, my first thought was, holy shit, cows have invented planes.
Like, like if the fucking if there was an airplane, right, and the pilot ejected, and he happened to have, say, a dandelion in there with him,
Yeah.
and they recovered that, that'd be non-human. Like,
Yeah.
there's no fucking. It means nothing,
Yeah.
and that it's such a big deal apparently,
Well, of
but actually
course,
it doesn't mean anything.
everybody's first thought is all aliens, and it is kind of intriguing to think, holy shit, have they actually just admitted it? Is this going to come out now? But you're quite right. I mean, it could have been anything. But with that,
I mean,
we've won.
it could have crashed on into a cow,
Yes.
and it would mean nothing because it's
Mm.
a fucking cow.
So, yeah, I told you that was
That's
going to
a
be.
dragon.
Yeah, I told you that was going to be short.
Yeah, that took 35 minutes.
Yeah, most of it was updating, I should think.
No, 35 minutes from you starting to play.
All right.
Back
Well,
when you said, I don't know how long these things take, but I think we'll have time to do two. That was at 1 minute past.
okay. Well, thank you for joining us on this.
Are we not doing a second one? Or are we doing a
Yes,
second
this is the end of the video. And then we're going to do another one, which is a different video.
one? Why would you not do them in the same video?
Because then I can title it the name of the scenario.
Oh, alright, fair enough. Go on then.
Okay, well, yes, thank you for joining us. Bye.
Yeah, thanks,
See
bye.
you on the next one.